We back. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. You already know what it is and what we do here. We do more than boxing, but we back on the boxing grind real quick. And we're not gonna do the midday live stream. I'm just gonna do a late night personal live stream and do a hangout in the afternoon. So or in the evening. Anybody wondering where the midday live stream went today? We're gonna push it back to tonight. Be for the night owls today or tonight. But telling you guys why Mikey Garcia may be on a collision course with Keith Thurman. Not saying that I have any special inside information. This is just putting on the conspiracy theorist hat, and why Mikey Garcia perhaps has no other way but to go to welterweight after a while. For one, of course we all love to see Mikey Garcia fight for Sally Lomachenko. But it don't look like it's going to happen, because Bob Arum already said, he ain't negotiating with Mikey. Either Mikey going to take the number and come to ESPN or not. And he says in his past negotiations with Mikey Garcia, he's tired and sick of him saying he's loyal to Showtime. And like I told you guys, right, when Top Rank and went to ESPN and started doing shows, and a lot of y'all guys were singing Kumbaya and hoping that, Crawford and Errol Spence and Thurman made these fights happen. Bob Arum made it clear, you got to listen to this line, old fart. He said that I'm not sending my fighters to HBO or ESPN or Showtime because they do less views than ESPN. ESPN has an unlimited viewership, by being on basic cable. So, but at the end of the day, those viewerships have, been trash. If you're on regular basic cable and you're so accessible, why haven't you been smashing the numbers? I always say back in the day, HBO did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million viewers, I believe, at point in times back in the early 2000s, late 90s, I believe, whatever it was. These viewerships that HBO doing now is trash, and it's still the A side. It's still top dog amongst viewerships, even though they own a premium service. And not to say that's the premier premium channel service you can get. It has way more subscribers, almost 1 million more subscribers, or 700,000 or something more subscribers than Showtime. And HBO don't have subscribers. It's regular basic cable. And it's still only producing 1.4 and 1 million and 700,000 and 500,000. So basically, what the fans are telling him on ESPN, man, take this shit up out of here. Okay, cool, we'll watch, but it ain't shit that we gonna sit here and just say, oh, it's imperative that I gotta catch it. So for him to act like that, that's just showing you that he don't really want to mix it up. He'll say, oh yeah, Crawford, we can make the fight happen. Look here. Terence Crawford need to listen up, man. If anybody gets this video to Terence Crawford, this is the point that he need to listen up right here, 250 mark. Bro, if they really was going to put you in there with Errol Spence, why would they put you on the ESPN app, bro? ESPN Plus app exclusively. That's taking away your popularity. They have no real agenda to put you in there with any of the premier boxing champions. Because look here, bro, they got to pay A-side and A-side money. So if you get into Earl gonna want $2 million or $3 million, $4 million a piece. They not willing to pay that up. They not even willing to pay you and your opponent, Jeff Me So Horny, to come on the regular ESPN. But back on the topic of discussion, so that ain't finally happening with Mikey and Lomachenko. Mikey making so much money that that Eddie Hearn can't even pay him. He got a quote unquote $1 billion bag, and that's just to play on words. We talked about that last night. So he not even he attempted 2 times to get Mikey, and he didn't have enough money. Bob Arum is not paying for any premier boxing champion fighter, good enough money for them to come over there, or any other fighter that's not signed to him, that's like in the A-side position, Mikey, Earl, maybe a Kell Brook out there too. I don't know who he got at 154. But you catch my drift. Amir Khan, he not paying nobody top dollar, A-side money, along with A-side money like a Crawford and Lomachenko, to come over there and potentially fuck his fighter up. It ain't happening. So at that point, Mikey said when he got down to 35, it was only going to be for one fight. But like I said, I have my conspiracy theorist hat on once again. I think they approached Mikey about the World Box Super Series tournament because he was going to defend that 140-pound IBF title. He told them, I'll defend it, and forget the WBC, because basically Robert Jr. wasn't worth the risk. After the Fortuna fight, his stock dropped. Okay, that happened. Now I think this is me conspiracy hat theorist right here. I think it was like you want to enter the World Box Super Series tournament. He declined that because he don't want that smoke for real. Mikey just want to cherry pick and maneuver his career. I like the kid, but that's facts right there. He feel like he can make more money outside the tournament, even though the grand prize is like $15 or $20 million or $10 million or something like that. I can't remember what it was last season, and last season ain't even done yet in the World Box Super Series tournament. But he said, no, I could do it on my own. I got, I don't want nobody controlling my destiny, and I got to fight all these fighters in a row. No, I could just cherry pick my way there. So he decided to go against his first initial thought was to go against go back down against Robbie Jr. So now he's going back down. After that, who does he fight? He's not going to fight Linares coming off of L, and then, he end up losing, or it's competitive, and people say, oh, shit, Lomachenko better than you, knowing he can't get the Lomachenko fight unless he take pennies to come over to ESPN compared to what he making. So, to get in the juicy part in this video, Mikey Garcia, at 140, all the belts going to be tied up. Unless he go for Terry Flanagan Hooker winner, and it's a good chance that winner might enter the World Box Super Series tournament. They got 2 more spots. One spot is intended for Josh Taylor, and one spot could be intended for possibly Jorge Linares, possibly, Terry Flanagan and Maurice Hooker winner. They got one more spot. I think that spot is going to go to the WBO champion, which would have had the vacant IBF in there, WBO champion, and then have the WBA champion in there. So he ain't going back to 140 because it ain't nothing to do but rematch Sergey Lipinets or meet Manny Pacquiao at 140. That might be an idea. So I really think he might go back up to 147. They say Keith Thurman come back in the summer. I'm not saying he going to be Keith Thurman comeback fight, but that might be something that he targets, man. He sat next to Keith. Everybody is feeling Keith is easy pickings. He's a good puncher. He's been out of rhythm. He's been out of shape. And if Keith Thurman can come back down to 147, I believe Mikey Garcia might try to fight Keith Thurman for that Super WBA championship. Either him or Danny Garcia if he beats Sean Porter. I don't see him fighting Sean Porter, because of his style and his rough out tactics. But I think he might slide in there and get a Keith Thurman fight next year, or he might be Keith Thurman comeback fight in the summer. I know Keith Thurman, look at this guy saying he just fought at 35 and 40. I could probably handle him. And I know a lot of people don't want to speak on Keith Thurman, because he inactive, he this and that. But I think he'd come back, because you never know what's happening. Danny Garcia told Al Henry taking a whole year off last year. We all speculated, calling him a pussy and scared and stuff. And he came back, and now he's fighting Sean Porter, because he needed time to clear his head. You never know what Keith Thurman going through. I know he's trying to get his wife a visa or something to come over here and permanently stay. I know he's working on that. And I know he'd rather have her here in the States than going back and forth in Nepal and stuff like that. So in his personal life, we don't know what's going on. He could be dealing with an illness, a sickness, a hand injury could be a covering up. You never know. He ain't. It ain't his right to tell us, what's going on in his life. It ain't none of our business. When he get right and come back, I think Mikey Garcia might be a formidable fight for him. Because at this point, he got to have a fight to save face. If Mikey Garcia been popping off without fighting Earl Spence, what better way to go through Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia and get one of those belts? Because I said he ain't going to fight Sean if he win the belt. Not saying that Danny's going to run through Sean. But what better way to fight Keith Thurman? Get a belt. He coming off an injury. Even if he tunes up a whole year off and only fighting one time the last few years, that's easy. That's the right pick, and that's the right cherry pick situation. And Mikey Garcia has been talking shit about moving up, fighting Keith Thurman for years. Moving up, fighting Earl Spence of recent. Moving up, fighting Danny Garcia because he beat him in the amateurs. At this point, at 35, unless he just want to sit there and cherry pick and bum bash, it's nothing there for him. He's not going to 140, World Box Super Series tournament kicking off. It's nothing there for him, especially the WBO belt in there. Jose Ramirez, he's a top-ranked fighter. Obviously, Bob ain't putting him in with Lomachenko. He putting him with Jose Ramirez. So, it might make sense to go to 147 end of year, tune up with Jesse Vargas or something like that. Okay? And then go for Keith Thurman towards the end of the year, beginning next year. Or Danny Garcia if he got a green belt. I really do think, that's the only real reasonable route for him right now. If you want to make money and be a pay-per-view star, but let me know what you think. TBC and more, we gone.